Hi, folks, and welcome to the Buttermilk Biscuit. I am not Ashelade, actually, and I was never here. On this 2-hour train ride through the twilight, yeah, I just completely messed this up. I'm scared, you see. I'm scared. They're after me. I've done things that no one should ever see, smell, or hear of. And I will go to jail if you report me, so please, hang with me here, let me hide under your bed. Yeah, you never saw me. In fact, you don't even know what a cat is. I would appreciate if you just kind of took that stance. Behind me is Erica, and I'm praying that she's not a cop today because her powerful arms have held me in place here. Here on the Buttermilk Biscuit, TBB, or Tabubba for short, all of my favorite goofballs, you, now accomplices, can connect and create in a mostly harmless, low-key environment as a home away from home. Take this time aboard as a chance to write that novel you've been sitting on, color in that coloring book, empty that litter box, please, or just take a well-deserved moment for yourself. There is no pressure to be perfect. This is just an opportunity to find energy in the company of like-minded cats that don't exist, like me, ducks, and monsters, and to share in our progress. There are a few open seats next to me that are available to subscribers of the channel with the command claim seat, an exclamation point in front of it with no spaces, and then with the avatar command you can pick a goofy little guy to show up. So, my theme for the day was tunnel vision. Something I was talking to a friend about recently, and I think about it a lot, how I get so focused in on there's only one way to solve a problem, or I get so focused in on like one aspect of a problem that I kind of forget the forest for the trees. So I think that there is a good thing there to where, like, if you were working on a project and you feel stuck, you feel kind of burnt out or anything like that, to find a way to change your perspective on it and kind of reset. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with this, but this is something I have used before. And it's something Brian Eno, the musician, really great musician, created. I believe he created it with someone else. I don't remember their name right now, but it's called Oblique Strategies. And it's a card set that they would use, that you can use to just get like a random strategy on how to get out of a rut. It's really helpful sometimes. Sometimes, you know, it just doesn't apply to what you're working on. But it is, you know, you can randomize it and just see, like, sometimes it'll help you break out of it. I like to use it in music sometimes, doing it in art. Yeah, I still need to fix that. So, yeah, if you pick an avatar that does not exist, I still don't have error handling for that to like just default to something. Yeah, so I'm gonna link, there is an online page that you can use that has Brian Eno's cards, and if you reload it, it'll give you a different card, or there's a random button, and they're really helpful. So I am gonna go ahead and pin that today, and occasionally I will post the Discord in case we get anybody new they want to join in. Yeah, so I'm trying to think about what I want to do today. There are so many little things that I want to work on for the train. I am still negotiating with a special guest. It'd probably be easier to do when I'm not on the run from the law, but so hopefully we should have that special guest pretty soon. Doesn't look like today, but pretty soon. To kind of, you know, brighten things up or become your next new nightmare. No, not guilty. Not guilty, not even here. Sadly yeah. Yeah, I kind of wonder about like the chatting experience on a like a mobile platform. Just, like, a phone screen is just so small. With an iPad, you at least have like a little bit, or like some sort of tablet, you have a little bit more space, but it's tricky. Still, glad to see everybody here. I am not here. I have never existed, and I am definitely not going to work on things today. Um, I've got like a growing list of things to fix on here. What are you in prison for? Nut gut? Yeah, I don't have like a lot of like web design experience. I think at most it was for the website that I'd made for myself when I was um, working on my EP and trying to pursue like doing music freelancing a bit more, and having to shift between how does this look on mobile versus how does this look in a browser was a pretty strange feeling. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Uh, I go ahead and link it here. I have a SoundCloud. I haven't updated it in a little bit, but it's where I put uh, both some of the music that I've done for animations and stuff I've done in the past, for like some commission pieces and just kind of like personal stuff. If anyone wants to check it out, no big deal. I know, music is very subjective, and it also, I feel like it takes a little bit more attention than just like hanging out for a little bit. So feel free to check it out if you want to, but no pressure. I do absolutely love music. I just said doo-doo. I guess I'm kind of having a Freudian slip for the things that I absolutely didn't do earlier. Cats don't do that kind of thing. Not guilty. Not guilty. Innocent. Innocent of all crimes and not here. So, anybody wants to share what they're working on, of course you can do that in the Discord channel. You can also share it like text-wise in here, so we can all see your little guy talking about it. I just have like a growing list of things I want to do. I could probably work on the error handling for the avatar thing. I could work on the special guest negotiations. Roomba Maid's supposed to have a close-up. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. If you've had the litter for a while, pour that out. I almost said pour that crap out, which maybe I should have said. But yeah, just know that toilet crimes are also your fault. Humans need to do a better job of dealing with litter boxes, and it's not all on cats. And see, Erica's even mad about it. Yeah, roll her eyes. In fact, I'm always innocent. Aww. Saying, I love you so much, please clean up my crap. That took me a second to understand, Raleigh. Definitely not true. And I'm glad. There are more butt crimes than just toilet crimes. There are so many sins that you can commit. So thank you for sharing. Right before the stream, I was creating the thumbnail, and then right after that, I was like, okay, I gotta make the pizza dough, because it's on a time-based thing. But if I have enough time, I want to run over and set up like police sirens and stuff, so that while the departure board is up, I could like act like I was a cop looking for a cat. That didn't happen. But soon. The thing I like about this is that I can just infinitely find ways to amuse myself and then force it on other people. Yeah, and here in the Buttermilk Biscuit, we're all innocent. Yeah, it hurts. I don't know if you saw the picture I posted recently, but I started to do it in cast iron pans, and it's so freaking good. With these like mega crispy edges. Okay, and go ahead and pin this now. Anybody needs that oblique strategies link again, just let me know and we'll repost it. Yeah, it's really great. It uses a little bit more oil in the process to make sure it doesn't stick to the pan. And it also does help, the oil does help it get like crispier on the edges. But it's really nice just having less dishes and just like these super, super crispy crust. Very consistent too. Oh, please share that with me. Riley, is it less legible text? Crispy, cheesy crust. Okay, if anybody has recipes, feel free to spam me with them. I might just make a Discord channel for that. Just spread it. Just assail me. I am vegetarian, so I do have a more limited foodscape, but I will find alternatives for things. Yellow Comic Sans on just the most noisy backgrounds. Now, if you just want to post them in the general chat, I will, or art. I mean, you know, food is art. But yeah, post them in general, and I would love to take a look at them. Ozzy, I know your trip is now or later. I'm kind of, my brain gets fuzzied up because I'm thinking about like 1,000 things all the time. But I knew that was coming up really soon, so I hope you're able to get packed. Really excited for your fantasy convention. I think I'm gonna work on the error handling here. And I also need to set up a bot account so that I can have like reminders on how commands work every once in a while. There's a chance that on-screen chatting might break for a second, but we'll see. RIP chat. Hertz just shared that recipe and looks super easy. And I bet that is so good. I have to try that. Yeah, when the ingredient list is like less than 10 items, you know it's not going to be bad. I have everything here except for that specific type of apples. I've got like cosmic crisp apples. Yeah, the prep and the cook time is so low. Just like get it out real quick. Sounds great. Yeah, it's pretty rare that someone doesn't like the smell of like fresh pastry being cooked with apple of all things. Apple and nutmeg. Oh, doofer alert. We got a doofer coming in. Hell yeah. Doof. Does anybody have like a favorite type of pie? Oh hell, they're missing out. That sounds like pain. Oh, yeah, that is a type of pie. I consume a lot of math pie. Savory pies are great. I don't eat much meat anymore, but like chicken pot pies were pretty dang good. I do kind of miss that sometimes. Saskatoon berry. Cosmic karma. I was expecting like cherry or apple. Instead I got math, Saskatoon berry, and cosmic karma. Oh no, I mean like a pastry pie. Like I do think my favorite dessert kind of pie is still apple. No, no, now I'm the American, so you have to go back to savory pie. You're out. I'm the true Americat. That's not here. Alright, I'm looking at Saskatoon berries, and I'm not sure I trust them. Peach pie is great. I'm like having to re-look through the scripting I set up, try to figure out how to add something in here. Riley, I imagine you working, fuming over there. I gotta get this message out. I can't let this stand. You had to run to the bathroom and start typing furiously. Oh God. I think the thing that gets me is that in this like these block scripting for this bot program, see anything that's like, if this is the case, then just end in this command. So you have to like do things in a specific way for error checking very specific points. I don't know. Trying to figure this out. Let's look at the wiki. If I do more complicated scripting, like check the variable. Languages, this is... handles C#, Python, and JavaScript. Write a Python script that checks the variable and then just ends the command if it's not. It's a good message. That'd be easier. I made. Really? I think I'm going to need full brain power to figure this out, so I will make a note and work on this later. Look into Python. Made position. Sick. Sicko. Alright, Hertz, you're going to hell. You're all going to hell. Doesn't matter if you were a part of this or not. Sick. I can't live like this. I'm already on the run. I've got puns coming from every direction. Disgusting. Don't be cute. Guilty? They're finally going to catch up to me, put me in cuffs, and I'm going to say, but look at this chat history. And they're going to say, you've been through enough. You've already been to prison twice now. You're free to go. Guilty of sins? How bad do you think the toilet crimes were? I'm just a simple cat. Look at this body. I'm not that big. I can only do so much. God. Something about Bitey yelling out multiple and shaking like that is kind of horrifying. And Doofer's just over here staring into my soul. Metaphysically. It brings me a lot of joy. The undulations, not the sins. Which, again, a sentence I don't think I've ever said before. So I have something I'm going to check. The screen may look weird for a second, but I had an idea that I started to work on, and then I was like, is this too much? What does it look like on the screen if this starts to happen? So I have a still image here. I'm going to pop it up on the screen and let's get an idea of what it looks like. Might need to scale it down. Okay. Let's It's just right up there. I think that could work. That's a maid. That's Roomba maid. So I think the shading is probably better. She's gonna come up and clean the screen occasionally. Intimidating? Damn it! That's not what I wanted. It's supposed to be sweet. She's supposed to pop in and like clean the screen for a second and smile. Getting conflicting messages on this. Maybe it's too big. It's like, okay, that's definitely not it. I was thinking about having the perspective shift. Like she blurs in, and then the background's kind of blurry because the perspective changes. This is not accomplishing that at all. And without the shading. I think she's adorable, but people are scared. I think she's smiling. She has kind eyes. Yeah, she's the Roomba maid. This is what she looks like when she gets all close. I like the idea of her being like a little shrimp, but then if she gets close, she's like actually like a cute lady. Oh. Let's see. Hey. Hi. Oh. Okay. I have one person saying she's cute. I've heard intimidating. I've heard creepy from another person. Jump scare. Does she need to be like really small? Like this big? Like she climbs up on a ladder? And it's like, oh, she's still small. I'm not scared. Like, hi. I'm just here to clean the screen. Is this better? Like, kind of small, but still... I just want to make sure it's very obvious that she's like right up, like a little cloth, like cleaning the screen. Maybe like a little ladder pops up. Although I think that would work better if she didn't have all the shading. Yeah, I mean, I'm with Rally here. All right, I made. Bob, how's the litter box going? I'm assuming you're using like bleach, maybe a blowtorch, trying to clean that thing out. Is fire enough? Hey, Rosie. What kind of distractions are you doing here? I always have this mental picture of like, shaving legs is such a pain in the butt sometimes that sometimes I wish I could just light a match and just throw it down on my legs and it would just all burst into flame. And then I would be clean on the other side, freshly shaved legs. Doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Oh. Being cute is very powerful. Riley, that's both unfortunate and super fortunate because that's, I mean, that's the ideal woman. 100% like 99% leg and like 1% head. The smell, I'll just do it outside. It's everybody else's problem. That's great, Rosie. I've never heard of that. That's awesome. Okay. 90% leg, 30% boob, and 1% head. Don't do the math. Just make it work. I only ask because I am a cat, and there's a reason why I'm supposed to go to jail. Can't see it, but I'm saluting you, Rally. I think that's my goal. I don't think that's everybody's goal, but that's been my goal for years. That's not the ideal version of a woman, that's my ideal version of myself. Yeah, the amount of effort that's gone into... Like, I enjoy a lot of aspects of, like, getting dressed, picking out stuff, putting on makeup, and, like, organizing outfits and all this stuff. But, like, the contrast, the severe contrast of how it was before, to where it was like, I put on a shirt with an anime character on it, and I put on some jeans, and I'm ready to go. It's, like, so drastically different. If I'm gonna stay the night somewhere, I have, like, two or three extra bags of stuff to bring along for prep. Like, oh, well, in the morning I need to have all my makeup, I need to have this, I need to have razors, I need to have a change of outfits, a backup, I need to have layers because I get cold way easier than I used to. Oh my god! I will say during like COVID and late quarantine, being able to go out with a mask on was so freeing sometimes because like I didn't have to put in as much effort and I still got gendered properly. Yeah, now it's just the crop top with an anime character. I actually haven't worn a crop top. Oh, not very often. I'm usually self-conscious about tummy. I lost a lot of weight, and so I have a lot of stretch marks, which, you know, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but I think that's one part where I was like, I want to work on getting more comfortable. It's just a process. Yeah, I actually did that the other day when I went to my psychiatrist appointment. I just wore a mask. I was like, I don't have time for this. No, no, no. I think it's a. I mean, there's like different social expectations around what like the norms are quote unquote supposed to be, and that's totally different. I know plenty of women that do exactly what you're describing and what I described in other situations. For me, I I definitely try to put on makeup more often than not if I'm trying to appear feminine, even remotely, because otherwise I do get pretty openly misgendered. Um, you know, just because of like shaving, having to shave my face, and then there's still like 5 o'clock shadow. So usually at that point, for me personally, I have to like put in the bare minimum amount of effort, and it takes way more than zero. And so I'm like, well, if I'm already doing this shit, I'm just gonna go all out. So I kind of just like. Plus, I have fun with some of the other aspects. I don't know. You know, there's definitely a spectrum on how people present. It's all totally valid. I guess I just mean like how it's considered, quote unquote, normally. I used to be a frickin' furnace, and then I started taking hormones, and now I get cold all the time. Yeah, wear a mask. It doesn't even have to be like a medical related mask. You could just wear like a full faced. God, why are all my references like super old? I was about to say Mr. Saturn from Earthbound. I don't even think they sell masks of that. You could wear. How about a Richard Nixon mask? That's just your style. I have no clue. Richard Nixon. That's not even recent. I feel like I'm coming off as twice as old as I actually am. Yeah, Rosie, it's crazy. It's kind of like it's not a fully binary situation, and that everything's way more complicated than society gives it credit for. It's kind of wild when you think about it. Yeah, it's definitely a spectrum. And so when I simplify things down, it's more applicable to like, I guess the normal, again, quote unquote normal expectations, and I grew up very much pushed into the other side of the binary of being male, and so it's constantly like digging through and trying to figure out what parts of this I actually like, and what parts are like bullshit, and what parts are like unfair, unrealistic expectations on women, and what do I actually like? Like, what do I find aesthetically pleasing both in other people and in myself, and how do I do that without either self-judgment or judgment against other people. It's a trick, and I wish that it's something that more people would experience and try to figure out, because I think it's way more healthy for society as a whole. But as Riley said, you channel Eggs, which is Evil Gamer Girl Summer. You just channel your evil, and however that looks for you. Terrible hot flashes. Is that from the nuts? Yeah. If this was something that like more and more people felt comfortable like exploring and openly talking about, instead of it being like this taboo, we're gonna try to send you to jail now, thing, especially in the US. You know, of course, I'm in the US, so I look at it through that lens. That I think, but looking at it through the lens of like realistically processing what all the stuff means would mean like dismantling a lot of aspects of American culture that are so ingrained and like expected I think it just blows people's minds to imagine even trying to make the effort. So. I don't know if that's like an interjection of whoops or if that's like a whoops boss. I'm saluting you, Ob. Congratulations. I'd like to shake your cat's hands for all the proper work that they put into that toilet. Mario's yelling with the excitement, with vim and vigor, ready to fill that thing back up. Congratulations, Mario. Sure. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like a jerk or anything. I just like checking in on what people are working on because I'm super curious. Keeper, more like snore keeper because I'm sleepy. Yeah, I mean, if you're up for it, Rosie, this is a space to like get stuff done for a couple of hours, whether it's just doing something creative or just hanging out. Like it's no real pressure, but for me, it's been a good opportunity to kind of focus in on something that maybe I've been putting off. Or just to draw stupid stuff, which is kind of just my MO. The smiley face at the end of that makes it sound like one piece of clothing will get folded and it's going to explode. See what happens. You're not going to like what happens next. Oh, that's awesome, Mob. Toilets for every cat. Yeah, I'm like getting used to just having a pile of laundry that I need to take care of. And it's, you know, it's one of those situations where it's just like move it from the bed, move it back to the bed. Um, that kind of stuff piles up and it can feel so, you know, even more so than just the pile I have going on right now. Like if there are so many things that you feel like you need to do, it can pile up and feel kind of insurmountable, especially if it like ties in with other things that you feel that you want to take care of or want to take care of or have kind of felt pressured into needing to take care of. It all wraps up into this big ball. Um, and so sometimes it can be really helpful, like Ob said, just to like give yourself the bare minimum to do. And if that's all you do, then that's totally fine. Like doing it for like a minute. But if you decide to do more, you know, the option's there. It kind of helps take some of the pressure off. One litter box turns into two. Two litter boxes turns into four. Where did these other two come from? We don't know. Maybe it's cleaning the corner of your room and your cat decided to use that as a litter box. Maybe that's the crime that I'm being accused of. Who knows? If it comes down to it and the cops come aboard the train, I don't know how to talk. We're going back to meows. Not guilty. Not guilty, totally innocent. I'm so innocent that they call me Innocent 2. I'm the sequel to Innocent. So I'm trying to think of other stuff to share later because all the stuff I've been doing is either for a later stream or really boring scripting work. So to make sure that we have pictures for later, like it's no pressure, but Aubrey, I think you should take detailed photos and maybe make a diagram of the clean litter boxes. So that it just doesn't look embarrassing at the end of the stream. That's less embarrassing than nothing. Yeah, you could show happy photos. That's the progress photos, like a really happy cat, or just a cat screaming at the sun. I think that gets like the same point across. I do love cat photos. Look at this, the litter box is clean and now Mario is screaming at the sky. Enjoy! It's been a while since I said it, but if anyone wants to join the Discord and share stuff that they're working on, share pictures, hang out, talk about art, talk about creative stuff, the link is pinned at the top. And then you can also use the command, an exclamation point, claim seat. And I'll show it with the space at the beginning so that it doesn't actually use it. Oh, no, it deletes it. Now I'm wondering if that was a good choice to make it delete those. No, it'd be claim seat without with an exclamation point at the very beginning, no space. That'll allow you to grab a seat. It looks like I just claimed a seat. Wait. Oh, really? Let me grab a new one then. Maybe it's too old. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so me place that. There we go. That one should work now. Hooray! Okay. Oh, awesome! One's better than 0 and 2's better than 1. That's great. Oh, yeah, I feel you. I know sometimes when I'm struggling even getting like a small win can mean a lot. So you're already doing great. That's awesome. I think finding ways to appreciate how far we've come or what we've gotten done without like self-judgment and saying, I only got, for example, 2 things done today. It's saying like, I did 2 things today and that's like way more than I could have done otherwise. Like it's such a big achievement, and I feel like in a lot of cases we don't give ourselves enough credit, especially in more difficult times. Like it could be the amount of effort that it takes to get started to do one thing can feel monumental compared to when you're feeling better, you do like 5 things. It's like, well, the 5 things were so easy back then. Why can't I do as many now? So I totally believe you should be proud of yourself. Life is hard, and being judgmental to yourself is there's like no good reason for it. It just makes things harder. Doing great. I don't know if that comes off as projecting at all. I just know that I personally have had a long history and I'm much better about it than I used to be. But I used to really have just the nastiest internal monologue with myself. Yeah. Is it something about the frequency that's bothering you? Okay. I'll have to look into that. I know it's kind of a sharp sound. I was trying to make it to where it wasn't gonna potentially be an issue, but I will look into it in the future. I might lower the pitch and do some EQ on it to make it less annoying. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, Rosie, if you want to like DM me on Discord, let me know if you know like what specific aspect of it kind of triggers the tinnitus issues. More than happy to find ways to cut that down. Or I might, if it's just especially bad, just for the general sound of it, I might be able to replace it with a different sound. It's maybe a little bit less grating. For now, they're not gonna trigger. Figure something out. I know I'm kind of sensitive to certain types of sounds. Like if that was like a chalky kind of sound, like fingers on a chalkboard, or not even like nails on a chalkboard, but I just hate that kind of dry sound, then it would bother the hell out of me. No, it's not the same as having tinnitus, but I want to be sensitive to people's ears. Okay, yeah, I'll leave it off for now. And if you let me know, like, you could even just send an image of your EQ on what specific frequencies you change that affect you, then I could also take a look over here too. Hey, Tempest, glad to see you. Always happy to see you. I am doing a repeat of the 5 p.m. Saturday stream. I'll be doing that tomorrow, just in case that works better for you. Excited to see your squat lady work. And hurts now. I'm trying to, like, while I'm drawing, I'm trying to listen and see what you're talking about. Is it like the little kind of squeak? Well, I'm excited to see Blob Lady. I'm a big fan of blobs. I think drawing a slime girl seems like it would be very difficult. Gotcha. Yeah, never be afraid to let me know if there's some sound in the soundscape that kind of bothers you. It's supposed to be relaxing for everybody. If that bothers you, Hurts. Oh no, you said it's not bothering you even remotely, but there's okay. Yeah, but if there is any sound that bothers anybody, for whether it's tinnitus or just like something that just bothers you personally, let me know. I'm more than happy to try to figure that out. Be sarcastic and be kind of a fart, but I want to make sure that what I care about are taken care of. And that they don't tell anybody where I am. Thank you. Yep, I will never eat into the microphone. I absolutely hate the sounds of chewing and food. Thank you, Tempest. Thank you, Rally. I really appreciate it. If you look under your seat, you have $5 waiting for you. Excuse me, officer, I am but a simple cat. Meow, 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 meow. A talking cat? I mean, meow, 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 meow? Gasps in queer. Maybe I do speak multiple languages. Misophonia sucks. You know, definitely different strengths for different people. I'm trying to think if I want to embarrass people. Yeah, I won't be specific. I knew somebody that had really severe misophonia, or I know somebody that has really severe misophonia, and we went to the movies one time, and this is when I was a teenager, and they were sitting in the movie theater, the movie's about to come on, and they just looked over at me and it said, you know, you breathe really loud. I was like, oh no! So ever since then, I have been kind of conscious in quiet spaces of how loud I breathe. I guess... Yeah. I mean, it's helped since I've lost weight. Like, it's not as, I guess, clear of an issue, but if it was ever an issue at all, I think it's just very severe misophonia in a very quiet room. I don't think I've ever had tinnitus. And I'm actually curious, I was thinking about it and then I got caught up drawing again, but what's hyperacusis? If I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, I try to like, so I drink coffee and water while I'm doing the stream, and I try to like lean very far back or like roll the chair away. Very cute, though. Yeah, public spaces are kind of a landmine for different reasons, a variety of reasons. Gotcha, Rosie. Oh no, yeah, there's certain foods where I'm like, why is that a choice? Certain things are just so loud. Got the crunch. Yeah, in the twilight, nobody can hear you slurp. Oh, got you. Riley, I imagine you getting the nachos and just like there's crunches and just messy, and you're just constantly going, "I'm so sorry. I'm no, I'm sorry. You know what? They sold them. It's not my fault." Oh, got you, Rosie. Yeah. And I don't want to. I hate the saying "beat a dead horse." I need something different. Um, but yeah. If there's any sounds that bother you, let me know. And I can try to lower some of the. There are like frequencies that don't even necessarily affect the straight up sound of something. It's just that they're still existent. So if someone has more sensitive hearing, they may be hearing something that not everybody else hears. Like really, really low frequencies or really, really high frequencies don't even show up necessarily to most people's ears. And so I can just do cuts, like EQ cuts, and try to clean up stuff. Oh, poor Rally. I have done that up. I've had popcorn before, and I'll just let it like soak in my mouth. Like, this is too quiet a scene. Like maybe something in the movie's happening. It's really emotional. Someone's quietly sobbing. I'm just like, okay. I'm gonna melt the popcorn for right now. I am not being perceived. I am not even here. Holy crap, Rosie, that's pretty incredible. Hey, Aubrey. Hey, hey, Aubrey. What? Excuse me, what? Aubrey? You say trick like that's like a common everyday occurrence that everybody knows about. What? I get the concept, but I don't think you can say you know. Okay, raise of hands or butts. I see two cheeks here. Is that something that people do? Everyone does it? I've never in my life heard of anyone doing this before. Rosie, if you are like in the browser, if you see up top where it might say top chat, you can click the arrow next to that and change it to live chat. I think YouTube tries to like sneakily hide comments that it's like, oh, I think there's a bad word there. Aubrey straight up said, like the toilet paper up the asshole trick to avoid farting in a public toilet. Gotta get at least... No, what is wrong with you people? Riley's eating lettuce, a whole head of lettuce in a theater. Bob's sticking paper up orifices. thought I committed toilet crimes. I mean, no, I didn't. What? No. Innocent. Erica, don't look like that. A weird face to make. Rosie, that's fine. Like, that's understandable. It's a little bit different than I'm using this as a silencer, like my butt's a pistol. Not guilty. Riley does have a killer ass. Believe it or not, this has been the point of several conversations at this point of how dangerous that ass is in like a fine china shop. A bull in a china shop has nothing compared to this butt in a china shop. Knocking all kinds of stuff over with that ass. I love that, Rosie. Yeah, it's such a good mental picture. Thank you for sharing that. So really what I'm learning here is that I'm not guilty of any toilet crimes, but everyone here has their own toilet crimes to confess to, or they're creating new toilet crimes in their imagination. So thanks, everybody. I don't know if it comes through, but I am smiling very wide and horrified. I made the buttermilk biscuit expressly to hear about ass crimes. I don't even know why I try to have, like, a thoughtful theme anymore. It needs to be... I mean, okay. Tunnel vision could be related to the butt. But maybe I should just start conversation topics with... How the booty doing? Putting the butt in buttermilk. Okay. Maybe that needs to go on the side of the train. A little slogan. All ridiculous. You do crimes. Holy mother of God. Up to the source. There are so many different ways that I could take that. That's what she said. gone quiet a little bit just because I'm trying to like really quickly finish something up so I have something for show and tell. Let it be known, Aubrey, that that class comment did not go unheard. The world truly is a beautiful place. All right. Thanks for stopping by, Tempest. We'll see you tomorrow. Good rest of your day. Alright, so we're in like the last 10 minutes here. If anybody has anything they worked on, they want to share, even if it was something that you worked on before the stream, just kind of want to talk or show off something you've been working on, feel free to post it in the What You're Working On channel on Discord. Again, that's up in the pinned message if there's anyone in here that hasn't joined that wants to share. And then about maybe like 3 minutes, I'll start putting it together, and so we can show it all off. I'm always kind of shocked by how fast time passes when I do this. And of course we have Ozzy here, working on a pile of crab. Really, why didn't the cry show up there? Like a standard emoji. I want to see the booty cry. Hell yeah, Rally. Gotta get that eggs going. Well, there we go. Cheeks is spraying again. Oh, hell yeah. Thanks for sharing, Hob. Sometimes it's a bummer that, like, stuff that's so ridiculously non-visually attractive in terms of food can be, like, really, really tasty. Like, sometimes I'll make curry using Japanese curry row boxes, and, like, the output is not super pleasant. It's, like, brown, kind of boring aside from like the carrots and the vegetables that I cut up into it, but it tastes so freaking good. Ozzy's letting out birds from their ass again. Yeah, I love Japanese curry. I love curry in general. Like, Indian curry is absolutely ridiculous. Japanese curry is pretty good to make. Oh my god. Maybe it's not the nuts. Have you considered curry gut? Considered shrimp problems. Speaking of, Hertz never gave me the recipe for gruel. I'm still waiting for that. Thanks for the reminder. That's the real sin here. Yeah, there's a big part of me that's come to love implementing new textures and finding ways to make food really exciting, and then sometimes I just want slop. Like, I just want it to be slop. No texture, just mush that I put in my mouth, like mashed potatoes. Yeah, I am genuinely curious, Raleigh. You use one of those roux boxes. That's pretty. Is that pretty standard for Japanese curry? Just so convenient. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's so easy to do that way. I don't want to shock anyone here, and I know this is kind of a controversial opinion, but I'm a big fan of food. For that, I am guilty. All right, so we are in the last couple of minutes here. I'm going to start a little slideshow. Go off what we've been working on. First off, Bob's been working on a cat. Specifically this cat. This is Mario. As you can see here, he is plainly delighted to have a clean litter box. Actually, not one, but two clean, beautiful litter boxes to just shit all in. And so we're proud of this little boy. He's having a good time. He doesn't look like he's staring directly into your soul or past your corporeal body into another dimension. He's happy. What a smile. And we have not one but two pictures. Oh, even more delighted. Doesn't look like he's considering, you know, everything that you've done wrong in your entire life. Well, congratulations, Mario. You have a good, clean place not to shit in. I'm proud of you. What a friend. That's my kind of cat. Good boy. Or is he thinking, man, I wish I had some of this mapu tofu. I've never had it. Looks great. Well, it looks interesting. I'm not going to say it looks great. It looks like a nightmare. But I bet it tastes amazing. And last, and I will say actually certainly least, it is certainly least, I was inspired by Aubrey's last bit of conversation there, and I decided that Buttermilk Biscuit needs some sort of like themed products to make sure that we can run. And so I thought, you know, there's so many different options on how to make money, so I made a themed product that maybe we could sell aboard the Buttermilk Biscuit. So this is a charcoal plug that you can use to freshen up, you know, maybe new sort of gas or intestinal problems that you might be having. And it is just a piece of charcoal attached to a very convenient stick. And we have to make sure that we have a very clear message here. This is not for any sort of weird, perverse reasons. This is just to make the people around you more comfortable, you know? Honestly, Rosie, I don't know the difference, and I don't think we're going to be heavily regulated on this because we're selling them in kind of a fantastical area. So it's really just whatever I could find. So it might just be coming out of charcoal bags. It's probably not a good... I mean, it's actually a great thing. So I'm definitely not going to jail for selling any sort of, you know, weird products here or committing any sort of toilet crimes because that's not something I do. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that real quick. So I am sorry. All right, folks. Well, I want to thank you again. I always appreciate everyone coming in here. I appreciate every one of you. Whether you're having a good day, bad day, hard day, soft day, I hope you enjoyed your time here. Um, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. Like I said, the time passes by so quickly here. So I do this again every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon CDT or 7 CEST, 7 p.m. Or I guess that'd be 1900 hours. Um, yeah, and then tomorrow I'm going to be doing it at 5 p.m. CDT to make sure that Tempest can join in while she works on stuff. So, yeah, so everybody take care, have fun. If you want to share anything else that you're working on, feel free to share it in the Discord channel. But yeah, I'll take care. And have a good day, and don't tell the police.